Hey there, eccentric entrepreneurs. This is Taylor Elwood, your business wizard, and it's been a little while since I've been on YouTube, so I thought I would today say, hey, I'm back for a little bit, and also tell you a little bit about what I've been working on and why I haven't been around as much. So I've been since really the beginning of October, I've been in this process of totally upgrading my business and upgrading the way that I approach my business. And really upgrading the way that I market my business, upgrade the way that I connect with people like yourself. In fact, you're going to find the next few weeks there will be some more changes that you'll see. I'm not going to really start into them right now because I'm still in this process of making these changes. And so a large part of what I've been doing is I've really been changing my marketing and changing the focus of my marketing so that one, identified what my business is. My business is really about serving eccentric entrepreneurs like you, people who have businesses, and people who are a little different from your normal person, a little weird, a little eccentric, or maybe more than a little weird and eccentric. I mean, I know I'm pretty weird and eccentric, right? So it's really been about connecting with those people and also creating like the kind of materials that's relevant to those people. So, like I did the survey a little while back and I found out that really productivity is a big issue that's relevant to people who are eccentric entrepreneurs. Being productive, not being overwhelmed by all the busy work of running a business, but actually having time to do the work that you genuinely love. So, of course, that's kind of that's something that I've been spending some time focusing on, learning those things. But lately, what I've been doing is I've been working on some of the technology pieces. So I've been creating some landing pages. I've been working on some email funnels for this class that I'm going to be offering, which is actually which I'm really excited about. It's all about um, helping you become more productive in your business, helping you figure out how to be more productive because you figure out ways to run your business more efficiently and effectively than you might be otherwise doing it. And so, with that recognition, what I'm really doing is I'm spending this time on the landing pages. I'm spending this time on the emails that are going to go out to people, and I'm spending time putting together the relevant content. And right now, and also connecting all of it, because let me tell you something: connecting all of this stuff is interesting. It's not as easy as it seems. It's not just a matter of saying, oh, I'm going to connect my web page to my email newsletter provider, because sometimes there may be specific things that you want to add, specific functionalities that you want to add, and so then you need to use a surface like Zapier in order to do that. So I've been learning how to use Zapier and learning how to test and tweak and figure things out. Lately in the last few days, it's been figuring out how to set up automation around webinars. Specifically, that when people sign up, they're getting an email with the date, they're getting a way to put it into the calendar, and at the same time, they're going to get all the notifications that are going to lead up to making sure that they actually show up for the webinar that they've signed up for. Um, in the case of my one other thing I've been learning is Deadline Funnels, which is really this service that helps you to work on the timing of what you're doing. It allows you to figure that out and set the timing up so that things are timed. And so some of this I'm still figuring out. I mean, I'm probably about a half a week to a week away from being able to finally get to work on Facebook ads and start learning those. And also really about a half a week to a week away from launching the class, because I am going to launch um, while I'm starting to learn Facebook ads. And the reason for that is because I'm going to see how I do with organic traffic. I like to use organic traffic to kind of get a sense of as to where things are going, and how things are working. I used it with another class that I launched to kind of helped me to figure out some tweaks that I needed to make in order to make that class more effective. And that's part of the process that I've been working on too, because I'm really working on two different projects at the same time. I'm working on two different classes, one that's the Process of Magic class, which I put out there before for people who practice magic, and then the other being the productivity class that I'm working on. So why am I sharing this with you? Well, I think it's a good idea to kind of get a sense as to like what you can expect when you're working on your business, like what you can expect, especially if you're going alone with this. Like I'm at a place right now where I don't have any team members. I don't have anyone that I've hired, and the fact of the matter is right now I couldn't necessarily hire anyone. I'm not making enough money that I could justify doing that at this point in time. So when you're on your own, it means that the work you're doing is really compounded because you're doing all the work yourself. Now, there's a benefit to doing the work yourself, and the benefit is that you're actually learning how the systems work. If I hired someone to do all this for me, the problem with that is that if I don't know how it works, then if that person goes away or something happens, then I'm kind of in trouble if some problem happens. But because I'm actually learning how it works, it gives me an advantage in the sense that I get to discover what I would do differently. It gives me a chance to kind of put together the processes that are going to be used to run the business, so that when I do bring someone on board, I can say, okay, this is what we do, and here's why we do it. And you're welcome to offer your own inputs, but they need to improve on what we already are doing, things like that. So I thought I'd share that with you, because if you are an eccentric entrepreneur and you're in a similar place as I am, or maybe you're in a bit of a better place, or maybe not so good place, whichever, you may be going through a similar process where you're putting everything together, and the key really is that you have to be patient, you have to put the time in, and you've got to stick to it. Like for me, this has been a multi-month process of first learning some concepts and starting to apply them to my business. Then second, actually putting those concepts to work, implementing them. And then third, actually launching the concepts. And I'm finally at that place where I'm pretty much ready to launch. But it's taken months. And the truth of the matter is, I'm still going to be spending the rest of 2017 doing a lot of learning. I mean, this is just one class, and I signed up for a few others, and I've worked my way through a couple of them to some degree or another. One of the things I've been working on as well is I've been working on the Facebook groups that I have and making some changes to those groups. But it's a process, and it takes time, and so you just have to be patient with it and do the work and implement, and you'll get there. That's what I'm going to tell you, is you'll get there, because that's what I'm seeing is I'm getting there. It's taken some time. It's taken a lot of support. I really appreciate the people in my life who believe in me and are encouraging me, because that makes a huge difference with what I'm doing. Okay, anyway, I thought I would just share that with you and say hello to you guys. Tell me what you're working on. Leave a comment below, and share with me what you're working on and what you're learning. I'd love to hear about it. All right, take care.